In this video, we'll place an exploded view. After completing this step, you'll be able to create an exploded view and create a parts table. In Fusion 360, we want to carry on with our blade guard assembly drawing. Right now we have a single sheet with some basic information on it, but we want to create another sheet with an exploded drawing view. Let's take a look at the process to create a secondary sheet and to create additional views. If we simply want to add a blank sheet, we can do that by pressing the quick add or the plus icon at the bottom. This will start a new empty sheet with all the same settings. We can place a base view on the design at any point, and inside of here we can determine what the reference is going to be and whether the model or storyboard is going to be the representation. So if we want to use the exact same reference, we can leave it at Create New and select the storyboard, which will let us create that exploded view. Remember, we created the animation in the blade guard assembly, so the reference is all there. Once we're happy with its position, we can go ahead and say OK, and now we've created the exploded view. From here, we can go to Tables, and note that we can create an automatic table, or we can use the specific parts list option. From here, let's try the automatic table, and I'm going to anchor it in the upper left-hand corner. It creates the table for us based on the names of the components, and it automatically creates the balloons. If we want to reorder the balloons, we can go to our table and we can select Renumber. We need to determine which one's number 1. We can do that by starting left to right, selecting 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This allows us to renumber it based on the orientation in the drawing view, and it'll automatically update our table. You'll notice that everything has a material of steel, the item number, the quantity, and the part number. If you want to modify any of this information, you can't do so by clicking on the table. You'll need to go back to the design and select the component, right-click, and go to its properties. Inside of its properties, you'll note that there's a part number, a part name, and a description. Each of these can be modified, and if I want, I can take the part name, I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to place it as its description. We'll hit Enter, and then we'll double-click here to place the blade guard rivet. If I have a specific part number that I want to use, can go ahead and put 92001 and hit Enter. Also notice that there is more manage information as well as physical information here. For now, I'm going to select Close. I'm going to save the design, and then I'm going to move on to the blade guard assembly drawing. Because we made an update, it's telling me that it's now out of date. I'm going to update it with the most current reference, and notice that my parts table changes. The number is now 92001, and the description that we filled out was the original part number and part name. So if we want to create a complete parts list, we can use this option and comments in the properties of our assembly to create the part number, description, and also adjust the physical materials back in the assembly. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at creating the parts list style of table. I'm going to anchor this one to the bottom left and note that it's exactly the same. We can select it and delete it to remove it from our drawing. Using the automatic table allows you to create the parts list, bend table, and some other specific options based on the type of design. There's also a custom table which allows you a little bit more control over what you can see in the table. From here, let's go ahead and save this before moving on.